Hello, and welcome back to my channel, Sunshine Lorena. So this is the start of week 3 of my October reading vlogs for all the different readathons I'm doing. So we're now back down to 2 on the go. Last week I had 3 because Spoopathon was on as well, but this week it's just Spoopathon and Magical-Hop-Athon. And if you don't know anything about them, I'll just leave links down below so you can go and check that out. So on Spoopathon, I am now on the non-fiction prompt in the haunted house. I've not escaped yet for the first time. So yes, I'm reading The Devil in the White City in case you haven't seen my last vlog. As it's also the buddy, I'm using bonus points to get a buddy read as it's part of Chloe's Crime Scene Corner book club run by Chloe Reads Books. And yes, so I'm on today's chapters. I'm not that far off finishing them, but I think it's due to finish like on Sunday, but I think I want to get ahead because I want to kind of move on to the next prompt down, which is Trick or Treat on Spoopathon. And yeah, my trick, if you've not seen my TBR, my trick book was chosen, but it's an audiobook, and I quite like having an audiobook on the go on the weekend when I'm like, you know, cleaning, doing adult stuff like cooking and things, you know, which yeah, I quite like having an audiobook when I'm doing those sort of tasks. So I kind of want to, yes, finish Devil in the White City by tomorrow, at some point during tomorrow, because I do most of my stuff on Sunday anyway, those things. So yes, so far The Devil in the White City, not enjoying it too much. So if you don't know, The Devil in the White City is by Erik Larson. Yes, Erik Larson, and it is set around the events of the Chicago World Fair back in 1890. I can't remember the exact year. So the book is about H.H. Holmes, the serial killer, and also the architect Burham. So yes, I was expecting a lot more of Holmes, and yes, it's not a 50-50 split. It's definitely more about the architecture side of things, and a lot of it has been boring. There has been like dinner menus and stuff, and I'm like, why is this needed in this book? But that has started to pick up since when I last left it off in my vlog yesterday, because in these ones now the World Fair has opened, so you're actually getting like a sense of what actually went on at the World Fair, etc. So those sections are a little bit more interesting now actually. However, I found that the Holmes chapters are getting shorter and shorter and few and far between, but I'm only about 56% of the way through, so I wonder if maybe we're going to get more of his stuff now because his hotel is now like up and running, so maybe we're going to get more information now. So I'm keep going with it. I'm going to finish that off. Yesterday I finished off my prompt for Magical-Hop-Athon, so I just have one book left to complete Epcot, and I'm going to be reading Lock Every Door by Riley Sager, and it's for the Frozen one. Read a hyped book, because Riley Sager books are always hyped, but in particular like Home Before Dark and Lock Every Door you always hear people speaking about. I read Home Before Dark back in summer, so I'm really quite hyped up to read Lock Every Door. It's supposed to be really good. I've not picked it up yet, but I want to finish Devil in the White City first, then I can pick that up and the audiobook when I'm doing other stuff for Trick or Treat prompt in Spoopathon. So that's it for the moment. That's my reading plans. And yes, I will catch up with you later, hoping that The Devil in the White City picks up and hoping that I can then pick up some other books as well. And yeah, I will, catch up later. Car past this MOT. I forgot to mention in the previous clip that I had my car in for MOT, but it's good. It's good. We're fine. No major repairs or anything, so excellent. is Saturday early evening and I've just finished The Devil in the White City. Finally, that last section wasn't too bad because there was a big section of Holmes because like the fair was over, and yes, overall I did enjoy the Holmes chapters, and the fair chapters got a little bit interesting once the fair actually, sorry I'm moving, the fair chapters got much more interesting once the fair actually started. But for long parts of it I was just so bored. Also, the percentage of the book that I was at wasn't correct because it turns out, because it's Kindle, there's a huge section at the back that is like all like references and stuff, so it wasn't actually part of the book. So I think the majority of it was actually about the fair and not about H.H. Holmes. But like I said, the facts, it is well written, the facts, etc. And honestly, I'm not 100% sure what to rate it, but I am leaning towards more 2.5 because for large sections of it I was just bored, you know. So that's done, and I've got in 75 points for that in Spoopathon for non-fiction prompt, and then 50 points for it being a buddy read because I'm reading it's part of Chloe's Crime Scene Corner and part of their Discord chat, so count that as a buddy read. Which means now I'm going to go on down to Trick or Treat. Now if you see my TBR video for October, I put up a poll on the Discord for Spoopathon and I had chosen Cujo by Stephen King. Now that was my treat book, sorry, because yeah, I want to read it, I still want to read it. Yes, and then my trick book was Southern Magic Sweet Tea Witches Mysteries Book 1 by Amy Boyles, and my trick book 1. So that's what I said. At least it's an audiobook though, I'm not physically reading it. And basically, long story short, last month I've been getting into cozy mysteries over the last few months, and last month I picked up a paranormal cozy mystery because I thought, oh, we're coming to spooky season, maybe that'd be great. Picked up as an audiobook on script, hated it, but I don't know if it's just that particular book and author and how their style is, or if I hate the entire subgenre. So it's my trick because yes, I don't particularly want to read it, but I know I need to kind of determine if the genre isn't for me or not. So yes, I have that. I'm gonna have a nice bubble bath now, because on Magical-Hop-Athon Rachel's got like some bonus prompts, like you don't have to do them or anything, but there's one that's saying like, you know, take care, self-care, you know, like watch a Disney film, have a bath, whatever, etc. And I've not had a bath in ages. I always just have showers, and I think a nice relaxing bath listening to this audiobook would be great. And then later on I'm going to start picking up Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. I have on ebook, and that is for Magical-Hop-Athon Frozen hyped book. I think I already said this yesterday maybe. And yes, the general premise of that is that there is our main character, she's a woman. I don't know what her situation is, but she ends up taking this job as being an apartment sitter, and this is really like fancy building, etc. And yeah, she's starting to pay rent, and she gets paid money to like look after this apartment. And things aren't what they seem. I think the strangeness going on in the building. I think one of the previous flat apartment sitters like went missing or something, which she finds out when she's there. There's rules that like you can't stay over anyone else's place, you can't have anyone stay over, etc. So yes, it seems like a little bit of like a locked door type mystery thriller book. So it sounds really good, looking forward to that. So yes, I'm gonna have my bath now. And oh, I forgot to say, you would have seen some odd clips of food. Basically I was making like the dough, I don't know if that's the right word to use. I'm making croquetas, basically jamon croquetas, and that was the dough. So it's in the fridge now. Later on I'll put it in flour, egg, breadcrumbs, and then fry them. The actual mixture itself right now tastes delicious, so it's not a complete disaster. I think where it could go wrong is when I'm frying it. I'll try and remember and leave a link below, but it's Spanish Sabora's recipe, except I substitute the flour and breadcrumbs for gluten-free ones. So yeah, we'll see. It could be a disaster when I fry it, but I'm sure they're going to taste delicious. Because I'm not using jamon actually, I'm using prosciutto, because we had some in the fridge, so I chopped that up and thought I'd give it a go. That's not the only thing we're having for dinner. We're having like other bits and pieces, but I'm giving it a go. And yeah, I'll do a taste test later on and we'll see how that goes. But I'm now going to go off, run a bath, maybe have a glass of wine and listen to this audiobook that I may or may not hate. We will see. We'll see if paranormal, cozy mysteries are for me. And I've just realised I've not even told you what it's actually about. So really quick, because I don't know too much, I just randomly picked another one. So in less than 24 hours, Pepper Dunn loses her job, her boyfriend and her home. It's the worst day of her life. But when Pepper discovers she's a witch and has inherited the most important store in the magical town of Magnolia Cove, Alabama, she's as happy as a pig in mud. Too bad the shop is a familiar pet store and Pepper doesn't like animals, not even a teensy bit. Determined to sell the shop and get the heck out of town, Pepper's plan go haywire when a local store owner winds up dead and Pepper is accused of murder. Thrust in a magical mystery, Pepper teams up with a mysterious private detective and a cat so traumatized by murder that she's not talking, and that cat could hold the key to Pepper's innocence. Now Pepper must avoid trouble, solve the mystery, and plus aid her new grandmother who's keeping a strict 10 p.m. curfew that's enforced by talking out of her shotgun. Okay, that's weird. Sounds like a simple day in the life, as if, can Pepper solve the mystery, or will she become the next victim of the Magnolia Cove murder? And most importantly, will Pepper learn to love animals she's in charge of? So yes, I'm not too sure if I'm gonna like that, but let's give it a go. Let's see if it is my thing or if it's not. And yeah, I will catch up with you later when I've got book updates. Hey, so it is a Sunday afternoon. First of all, my croquetas turned out pretty amazing, guys. It worked out well, but it wasn't a disaster, tasty, and I have like quite a few left over because like, I don't know, the recipe, did half the recipe because the recipe said 24, so I was like 12, it's a good enough amount. But like I don't know how well, oh sorry the sun, I don't know how well it came out like on my clips, but I mean I made them a decent size and there was more than 12 guys. So anyway, that was good. I started watching Fear Street last night and finished watching it. Watched some more of Luna Park, which is a Netflix Italian original series. Yeah, in terms of reading updates, I started Lock Every Door by Riley Sager last night. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm not that far into it, but yeah, I'm enjoying the vibes. And yeah, I think it's gonna be a really good one. I can tell it's gonna be a good one. Because yeah, what I love about some thrillers is that people put themselves in situations you're like, does this not seem a little bit like not quite right? There's something wrong. Because like, who would pay you to apartments at their really super fancy apartment in an exclusive building for 3 months? Why would they pay you $12,000 to do that? Bit dodgy. And actually our main character Jules, she was staying with her friend Chloe. She's like, something doesn't seem right, like, you know, like what about the tax and stuff? And she's like, oh, I didn't fill out a form, and it's all very dodgy. The questions she got asked at the interview as well seemed a bit dodgy, like, you know, if she was in a relationship, did she have any next of kin? All into the guise of like, oh, if there's an emergency, if we need to contact someone, who we're supposed to contact. So she basically has no one. She didn't tell them about Chloe, her friend. So it's just all a bit dodgy, but I'm enjoying it. But I'm only about 20% of the way through, I think. But yeah, so good so far, and she's just kind of arriving at this point, moving in. Okay, and then I started Sweet Tea, which is #1 yesterday, and I finished it now. So I started it yesterday when I had my bath. I was listening to it, and then today, this morning, when I've like washed my hair and like been cleaning and stuff, I've been listening to it. And yes, guys, I think I can come to the conclusion that paranormal cozy mysteries is not my thing. So first of all, I went back to the one that I read last month, Which You Were Here, and I saw that I put it as a 2.5, and I was like, well, why did it do 2.5? Because that's in the middle. So I've downgraded that to 1.5 because that was just awful. This was actually better than that. I mean, it was a different author and everything. This was actually written better. Yeah, I felt it was written a little bit better, but still obviously did not get on with it that great. There's always some sort of like snarky cat in these things. Like they didn't know they were a witch, and like something happens and they discover that they're like a witch. And then what I find, and I don't know if it's because these have been like first in series, you get a lot of them like trying to figure out like them being a witch, like powers, that sort of stuff. And then you do have your mystery, but the mystery isn't like the central, it is like a main part of the story, but it isn't like fully focused on that. And I think that's what I enjoy about cozy mysteries in themselves, is that mystery. So yes, 2.5, because I didn't hate it like I hated the other one. But yes, I think we're going to stay away from the paranormal cozy mysteries, just stick to cozy mysteries because I enjoy them. But yes, so that means that I can now move on in Spoopathon. So yes, for Sweet Tea Witches, I have gotten 25 points for just reading the book, and then an additional bonus 50 points because there's green in the cover, which, since I'm part of Spectral Shenanigans, that's a team colour, so yay. Then that means I'm going to go on the way down, and let me just grab my Mac and double check, but I think it's Read in the Dark next. Just a second. Right, yes, okay, so the next one down on the Spoopathon board is Read It After Dark. So you have to read the book after dark, so I'm obviously not going to pick that up now. I'll pick it up this evening. I think it starts getting dark around 7 or so, we'll see. But the book that I've chosen for that is Mouthful of Birds by Samantha Schweblin. And so this is a translated short horror story collection. So yes, it sounds, I've read a couple of short story horror collections. I think they're good, they're fun. Yes, so I think that'll be really enjoyable. And I think I totally forgot to say Lock Every Door for Magical-Hop-Athon, and I'm reading it in Epcot for the attraction Frozen hyped book. I might have said that yesterday. So yes, I'll be focusing on my reading on that this afternoon, and then I will be reading Mouthful of Birds, which I'm reading off Scribd. Scribd has really helped my TBR this month. I'm just checking. I'm checking how, I don't think it's a big book. I think I want to say it's around 200 pages, but let's quickly check. 197 pages, so yes, it's a nice short one. And yes, that would be all my planned books for Spoopathon, and Lock Every Door is my last one planned for Magical-Hop-Athon. Have a nice chill afternoon, reading, etc. There's some sprints and stuff going on, so yes, I'm really like keen to get through Lock Every Door because I'm already starting to get hooked. So yes, I will catch up with you later on. Good morning. It is Monday morning. I'm about to start work. So yes, we're at that point of the year where the clocks haven't went back yet. So this morning, like it's getting really dark in the mornings, but that was such a beautiful like sunrise, the sky. You would have seen it. It was gorgeous. So that was a nice start to the day, seeing that. Okay, so in terms of reading, I am, is it 48%? I want to say. Let me just quickly check. I am 48% of the way through Lock Every Door, and I am hooked. I keep wanting to picking it up. I'm completely hooked by it. I'm really intrigued what's going on, and I want to find out. And again, it's happened to me where something's just happened, and obviously I finished that chapter, and then the now section, and I have to go to work. This always happens to me when I read a thriller. Like I get to a point of something's just happening, and like I'd love to continue reading, but I have to work, so it's so annoying. So I'm gonna have to wait till later on to kind of read a little bit more. But yes, I'm really enjoying it, and I'm liking the. I don't think I've said this before. So there's like the now chapter, like they're very short, like a couple of pages chapters, and then there's like the ones before. So like it started off with 6 days before and 5 days before, and now I'm going on to 3 days before, the build up to whatever happened. But the now chapters are really good at intriguing you. Something's obviously happened. So yeah, really good, really enjoying it. I'm so glad I picked it. It's such a fast-paced book, and I can see why this has the hype, you know, because it's this, Lock Every Door and Home Before Dark are the two that you always hear people hyping up by Riley Sager, and so far so good. I really enjoyed Home Before Dark, and I'm really enjoying this one, so that's really great. Then A Mouthful of Birds, I read a bit last night. I'm not too that far into it, about 40 pages. I read a few of the short stories. They're a little bit unsettling. I'm enjoying them. They're good lengths. You know, they're not too long, and they're not too short, if that makes sense. I'm enjoying them. So I won't be picking that up until this evening after dark. But yeah, the thing is with short story collections, I'm starting to realise that maybe they aren't the best things to choose in readathons, because there's nothing pulling you back in. Like with Lock Every Door, I'm like, oh, I really want to know what's the mystery. There's, you know, there's something, and I do enjoy short story collections, but there's never anything like pulling you, like I need to pick this up now, I need to find out, because I read like the short story, I enjoy it, I move on to the next one, etc. But there's never something that's like, oh, I need to finish it because I need to find out what happens. So probably not the best for a readathon, because I did pick up Dangerous of Smoking in Bed earlier on the readathon for Spoopathon, which again I enjoyed, but it took longer reading it, and it's because, yeah, short story collection, I kept picking up other ones more for the other prompts for other readathons and stuff, because I've been drawn into those books. So yeah, not the best, but yes, I'm going to go off to work now. Work, I'll probably read a little bit at lunchtime, and then after work I need to, it's Monday, so I've got my Italian class. If you've watched my vlogs before, you know I'm doing Italian classes on Monday. It's at 6:15. I need to do a little bit of homework before, and yes, I might try and film a video because I don't have anything going up on Wednesday. Might film that before class, and yeah, I will check in with you later on. It might be tomorrow, because I don't actually have that much reading time left for today, if you know what I mean. I have my lunch break, maybe a little bit after work, but then Italian class takes up an hour and a half, then I have to eat, etc. So yeah, that's mostly of my evening. But I will, yeah, check in with you later on and give you a reading update. Hi, so it's Monday evening. I have my Italian class in like 10 minutes, and I've done it again. I've read Lock Every Door, and I've gotten to a point that like I really want to keep reading and I can't. And it's just so annoying. I'm at 80% through, I have 53 minutes left, and like there's just been like a reveal, and I need to know. I need to know, but I have to got my Italian class because, you know, I'm studying Italian. I want to do an Italian exam, etc. But why? Why does this keep happening to me? It's so good, like it's so good. I just need to know now. I just need to know the final conclusions. I mean, I had some suspicions, sorry, of this person, and yes, it's just been revealed that probably I was right. I was probably right. But it's so good, and I need the final conclusion. I need the last 20%. It says I'm like enough 53 minutes left, so I don't know if I'm even going to read my full words this evening for my last prompt in Spoopathon, because I need to finish that. And if I have time, I'll pick up my full words, but I need to finish Lock of Your Door. Like, I have to. If I could read it all now, I would, but I would miss class, and I can't do that. And so good. Okay, I've got class. I need to do that, have dinner, and then we're gonna have to get finishing that, because that is, I need to know, guys. I need to know, and I need to stop picking up thrillers when I know I have limited time and I can't continue reading them, because I most likely will end in a point that I need to know and I can't. That is the lesson for future me. When you're editing this, remember, because we can't keep doing this to ourselves, okay? Thank you, and I will update you once I finish that, which will be tonight. Don't worry, it will be tonight. Hello, good morning. It's Tuesday morning. I'm gonna take my glasses off. They seem a bit shiny. It's Tuesday morning, and it's a really dark day actually, guys. However, I finished Lock of Your Door last night. I finished it at like 11 o'clock, and I just wasn't in the mood to like pick up the camera and speak to you. But guys, what a ride. What a ride that book was. I'm giving it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. Another great one by Riley Sager. Definitely need to check out his other ones. But yeah, just really good. A good conclusion. I think what let it down slightly from being a 5-star for me is, you know, the ending. I mean, everything got wrapped up and stuff, and I wasn't expecting that. I didn't see that ending coming, but you know, it could have, I don't know. It wasn't an ending I was expecting. There was something missing from it anyway, but I really, really enjoyed it. Loved the build up, the tension. He did a really great job on this one. Good creepy vibes as well. Great for this time of year. Yeah, really, really enjoyed it. So yeah, what a ride. 4 stars. Amazing. I was really like, wait, what? At the end, you know? So yeah, I love when I don't see like certain things coming. Because you were given like a red herring, and I was a bit like, oh, are we gonna go down this route? But it wasn't that. Which yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad it was the way it ended, not the way that I thought it was gonna end. So yes, I'm done. I did not pick up my full birds last night because I just focused on finishing Lock of Your Door. So I will pick that up tonight. So yes, that's the only one I have left on my TBR for these readathons. So I'm going to be reading anything for these readathons today, well, during the day. Tonight I will. I'm going to focus on another book that I'm doing for another video today and get some of that done. I need to look and see if I can fit in another park, a Magical-Hop-Athon, and if I can maybe try and escape through the house of Spoopathon once I finish this book. And I'll see if I can try and tie the two up, because I have another week or so until camp weekend ween starts. So this weekend it's the following weekend, so I do have time, guys, to read some more. So we'll see how that pans out. I will check in with you once I've read more of my full birds. And yes, I can't believe it, I almost escaped the house. And I'm doing so well in this TBR. I'm honestly did not think this TBR was going to be possible. I was like, this is really extreme, the amount of books on it, but we're doing it, guys. We're doing it. But yeah, I'll check in with you later on. And yes, hopefully my full birds, you know, I get through that quickly and we can get on to some other books for other things. Bye. Wednesday evening. I'm just back from work because it's my office day. I'm really warm in this jumper, it's so warm in here. So reading update. I read a little bit more of A Mouthful of Birds last night. Not as much as I planned to, because like I filmed a booktube video after work and I was editing, etc. This morning I didn't read anything. I didn't read anything this morning because I was making sure I was uploading the video, etc. before going off to work. And I had downloaded Mansfield Park by Jane Austen to read, listen to and read like my lunch break, etc. But I had a really busy day and I didn't actually pick it up. So that is, my plan is that's to be for Magical-Hop-Athon, and it's for Animal Kingdom, and the prompt was, I was reading a 5-star prediction, but just 1 second, I need to check exactly which one it was I chose. Yeah, okay, so I'm moving on to the Magical Kingdom. I'm gonna go into Animal Park, and for the attraction, I've chosen Flight of Passage, read a 5-star prediction. I've chosen Mansfield Park by Jane Austen because I read Pride and Prejudice for the first time earlier on this year. It was a 4-star, loved it. In August, I read Sense and Sensibility, as that was the start of the Austen Along by Kiara Foster, reading all the published works of Jane Austen in publication order, and that was like a 3-star for me. So the next one was Pride and Prejudice, which I already read earlier in the year, so I didn't read it in September. October's book is Mansfield Park, and my theory is it's going to be a 5-star because it seems like with each Jane Austen like publication book, I'm going up a star. That is my theory, because I really enjoyed Pride and Prejudice. I did enjoy Sense and Sensibility as well, but Pride and Prejudice I really enjoyed the story, and I feel like with writers, for each book, they tend to improve, get better, etc. And like, yes, I've heard good things about it, and like Emma's the one after this, and everyone seems to love Emma as well, so I feel like, Jane just gets better and better, so 5-star prediction. And then it means that was my nice to do book on my October TBR, so it'd be great to get that one done. And I'm gonna start probably Mansfield Park for Magical-Hop-Athon, and I need to read more of Mouthful of Birds. I actually read the title book, if that makes it a book, title short story Mouthful of Birds, and that was creepy. Yeah, I am enjoying them. They're different from what I expected. I'm not too sure what I exactly expected, but definitely different from what I expected. But I've only read 51 pages out of 197. So I need to get a move on to get that done, escape the house, because I'd only committed to escaping once, so at least if I do that. So yeah, that's it in terms of reading updates. I'm going to be better. That's what the update is. I'll be better, guys. Promise. I promise you. And yeah, that's it for the moment. I will catch up with you later on when I have more of an update. But also, guys, I don't think I've ever shown you. Look at my peace lily. The flower. Look, it's so huge, isn't it? Like it's really, really big. I don't know how well that comes up there, but I'm super proud of it. It's looking fantastic. I should maybe like have it in the background of videos more often. Okay guys, that's it. That's the update. Speak to you later. So it is a Thursday evening, and yeah, reading update. I've not done that much reading. Today has been like a bit of a funny reading day. I've not done that much, I just haven't been in the mood and I'm gonna force myself. I just read a little bit of Jane Austen this morning, but I read more of My Full of Birds last night, and I will be finishing it tonight. I will, because I have like 50 pages left, so once it gets dark I'll pick that up and I should finish it, which means I will then escape the house finally. But yeah, it's a good collection of like suspenseful, like with horror, creepy elements, short story collection. It's not just that, it's a few other things, but yeah, no, it's different. I am starting to like pick up more short story collections and things. I always find it hard to kind of describe my reading experience with it, because yeah, it's not a whole blown story, it's just short ones. But I think the one that I've enjoyed the most so far has been My Full of Birds. That one was weird. Creepy, strange, but I did enjoy that one. And yeah, so really great, that's it. Not too far into Mansfield Park, but I will be continuing to pick that up obviously in the next few days. It'll be in my vlog for next week. So yes, I will finish My Full of Birds tonight so I can escape the haunted house and be done. You would have seen, I am starting to watch Halloween 2, because I watched Halloween 1 earlier in the month. It's the first time me ever watching anything from the Halloween franchise. So yeah, it's really good actually. I quite enjoy it. Definitely not as scary as in my head I expect them to be. I don't know why, like I always think horror films are like, but they're not that bad, are they guys? At least the ones I've picked up. I probably picked up really easy ones, but yeah. That's it. I'm gonna finish My Full of Birds once it gets dark, and I'll just wrap up my final thoughts on it once I've done that. Hi, it is a Friday morning. Just a quick update. Closing down the vlog here. Finished My Full of Birds last night. Whoop, whoop, like I said I would. I'm giving it 3 stars. It's a good short story collection. I enjoyed it. Yeah, no, it's really good. I always find it hard, like I said yesterday, I find it hard to speak about short story collections because there's not a story to tell you because they're all individual ones. But you know, it was good. It was great, you know. Dark elements, creepy elements, a little bit of horror, etc. So yeah, no, I really enjoyed that. So that's it for this week's vlog, and I'm going to be moving on to my 4th vlog for next week. Yeah, for the month. So yes, that's it. Oh, escape the haunted house. How could I forget to mention that? Finally, I escaped. I said I had escaped once, and I think that was a good estimate on my part, because I am 100% I'm not going to be able to do it twice. Did not choose the best books, guys, but yes, here we are. And yes, escaped the haunted house for Spoopathon. So yeah, I will catch up with you in my next vlog. Comment, like, subscribe, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye.